stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that make ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box. Let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come, and I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that make ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, that in the glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs down if you can't hear me.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that make ladies
sing the blues.
I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark
I'm
that
guessing y'all
lights
can
the
hear me.
dark
Okay,
so
all right,
that you
bet.
can know
Say
the
less.
ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, that in the glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come, and I'ma remain a soldier till the war is
I understand that. Take your time. Hey, you're doing creativity, so I'm not even mad at that. Go ahead, be great. What's popping tonight? Well, I'm off, so that's good. So that's a good thing. How you doing, David? What's going on? Still gonna do an interview with you. I'm gonna get the dates and everything and send them to you. So can't wait for that interview. Dropped her off at the salon. My new name, City 2 Guns, and a long sleeve. I still bear arms. She smoke a doobie while I'm in the West. And we got our special guest getting ready to come on. Head nurse in charge. So let me do one more thing before I accept them. And let me get that there. And let me go to this right here and type that in. And we are going to click on that. And that's going to pull that up. And I am ready. Appreciate it. I feel them too. Had to switch it up just a little bit, make me look more dapper. All right. Oh, y'all ready? All right, let's get this thing started. What's up, Groovy?
Negro, to the door.
What's good, y'all? Y'all ready?
Let us up in this thing. Yeah, I know. Hold on. It's a lot of us, so we gotta fix the camera. So hold on.
All right. Take your time. Get set up.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's hot in here.
Shit, it's hot outside.
Elbow to elbow too. You better be happy we like you, Skip.
I appreciate it.
I got the air conditioner on full Negro blast.
I got my air conditioner on igloo because it's goddamn hot in Alabama. We got that dry heat.
You down there past the Mason-Dixon line. It's the heat of oppression down there.
Right. It's the slave heat.
Slave heat. It's that cotton picking heat.
At that time, so you know what? I'd rather be a house nigga right now. So I'm sorry. I love y'all, but yeah, I'll go inside the house.
I don't know
don't
if you
judge
like
me.
enough, though. And you bright yellow? You got that's like the Mason-Dixon.
Extra.
Sorry, Skip. You see how they be when the heat.
Oh man, y'all good? Oh man, so how y'all been?
Man, brother. Well, go ahead. I'll let the lady speak first because you know me. I'll tell you my whole life story.
So it's been a long weekend, but happy 4th and all that to you, Skip. You're my favorite.
Oh, thank you. I'm blushing. Y'all can't see it, but I'm black, but I'm blushing on the inside.
Go ahead, Lex. How was your weekend?
It's just about over. I'm glad I'm ending it with you guys, though.
Oh, that was so sweet. Look at y'all. Y'all been practicing this in the mirror, having to say, I'm going to say this on the flying feed. This
after 4th. See, that's the problem because we was enslaved back on July 4th when, I can't.
Can you?
I'm just, Y'all,
We just enjoyed the day.
look, I'm sorry.
Ain't nobody out here like.
Let me explain to you, Skip, what the problem is with systemic racism in the country right now. We all hype about July 4th, but really June 19th is what we need to be celebrating, brother.
Facts.
That, like, we didn't have a whole Juneteenth get together.
Yeah, we did.
Like, we was eating ribs, pasta salad. Like, we was kicking that chicken. And
don't get it twisted. We about to go barbecue right after this. So.
And y'all ain't seen me a plate, but it's cool though. You know, it is what it is. But I ain't
by the time it got to you, it grew legs. You don't want that.
I can kill it. We're in the South. So, y'all ready to get this thing started?
Come on, man.
Baby boys, baby girls, what's good? It's your boy SKIP.88 here again on another Sunday. Happy July 5th, because I'm not going to say July 4th. And I'm here again with some more great blurs, a very outstanding group of people that I came in contact with. And they go by Head Nerd in Charge, HNIC, not H, but the other way. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and let them tell y'all about themselves and what they do. And y'all take it away.
Tev, you want kick it off?
What's up, guys? At Teffy Wonder here, your wonderful melanated, mochified mermaid, mom, cosplayer, novice pole dancer, do a little, and melanated magic.
Hey, okay.
Go ahead, Lex. I'm gonna be quiet till y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. Look.
It is your girl Luna, kicking it in with the Head Nerds in Charge. One more time. I think they like me. They keep pulling me back.
I love you.
I love you too.
She a real one. Yo, what it do? King Kurt live. What's up, cousins? Y'all already know what it is. HNIC every Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. We have a live web show. We cover everything from nerd culture, pop culture, geek culture, your mama's culture, your daddy's culture, your second cousins, brothers, sisters, mother's culture. We literally touch our hands on everything. That's why we say HNIC, because honestly, each one of us is an aficionado in almost everything that you want to talk about. You want to talk about Spider-Man, you want to talk about politics, you want to talk about race relations, my personal favorite. But, outside of that, we have Sassy, who in true Negro fashiondom is late, and and Mark, who had to work. We about 10 nerds deep. We got Foxy Roxy. We got my man Jay Rich that comes on the show periodically and co-host. We got Average Joe at A-Dot, but we couldn't fit all them people in this room. So we got the available black folk that we could, and this is what you get.
All right, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Skip.
That was a wonderful, very productive introduction, especially with the pole dancing and her in the background.
That's the first thing he say. Hey, forget all that black stuff I was talking about. He's like, the pole dancing. The pole dancing.
I was gonna get there. Then we got my girl in the background. She just y'all ain't get her a seat. So she here?
She got the best seat in the house. She's not sitting on milk crates.
Why she standing up like she taking like a school picture? Like,
because she only 4'2". She need like a booster. Okay, all right, 4'3".
5 foot even.
Up 4'11". That's as much as I'm giving her. But
do you see what we put up with week in and week out?
I see what y'all gonna do on y'all podcast. Yeah, I know it's
they don't get no accountability. They don't want to own the fact that they like my toxicity.
Toxicity. I gotta use that now. Toxicity. That's gonna be a word.
Yeah. System of the down. They taught me.
So, Head Nerds in Charge. So, how did y'all come up with who came up with the name Head Nerds in Charge, and how did y'all come about of bringing this organization together?
Woo! Can I jump in there? All right. So, 2 years ago, I was commissioned by PC Radio, which is a radio station, to come into their radio station and write comedic skits and jokes for multiple of their programs. They had a bunch of different radio shows, so I came on as a comedic writer. I did that for a little while. They enjoyed what I was doing. They was like, yo, why would you consider having your own show? And I was like, well, it depends on the subject. And they were a hip hop station. They had these are cold Negroes. Like they in the streets. Like they got that buzz. So geek culture was like, what? What's this? And And I was like, look, I'm a nerd. I'm a black nerd. I would love to do a show about black nerds and geek culture. They were like, that's something different. We ain't never had that. All right, let's try it. What do you want to call it? So me and my cousin Mark, we went back and forth over what the name should be. And honestly, I've always considered myself a head nigga in charge.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, we're never going to get any kind of sponsorship with that name. But with some variation on it. We went back and forth, but we ended up settling on Head Nerds in Charge. We launched that back in July of 2018, and we just kept on rolling. Then we picked up this one along the way. I'll let her tell her story.
All right.
Yeah, so Kurt reached out to me when they were first putting together Head Nerds in Charge. He was like, hey, we're going to do this thing. You really seem really active, really geeky. Would you tune in? And I was like, yeah, sure. And like, that seems like it'd be right up my alley. Now, I was on vacation at the time, so it took me a while to like actually come around to it. But once I started, like when they got Sassy on the show and like they really started going, I was in there every week in the chat, calling in, and I would be the first one to be like, no, that's not right. What you're not about to do. I would call in. They would get on Sassy. I'd be like, leave my child alone. That's my baby. You're not about to do for her. And it got to the point where, Kurt was like, hey, would you want to come on the show? I was like, yes.
She was on it.
Oh,
Okay.
On it. Came on the show last year in May, and I haven't missed a week since.
Awesome. There it is.
I've been waiting for her to call out. She ain't did it yet.
Look, sick.
She got all her sick days.
No, and I would be remiss if I didn't say, like, Sassy was a guest. Like, we used to, on the radio show, it was live stream. So we would have cosplayers come in their cosplay.
Awesome.
And the stick was you had to act like the character you were cosplaying as for the first hour of the show.
Okay.
And then the second hour of the show was we would interview you as the cosplayer. So we had the Tick. We had Magnus come on, and he was the Tick. We had Harley Quinn come on. We had T'Challa and Dora Milaje, and Sassy came on as Starfire from Teen Titans. And it was so dope because she was so shy. She was so like, yo, this isn't my thing. I'm so afraid to do this. And I was like, yo, it ain't about nothing. Cool. You know how I am, Skip. I'm like, look, we just roll with me.
Right.
And she did such a phenomenal job. I said, look, it's a sausage fest in here. It's 3 dudes. We would love to have a first lady that's a part of the show if you're willing to come in every week. She was like, I'm scared, but I'm with it.
Okay.
What? Say less. And Sassy been the first lady at HNIC ever since.
Awesome. That is awesome. Okay. Shout out to Sassy, even though she's still late. But shout out to her.
Oh, yeah. I'm texting her, and she like, I'm on my way. I ain't really texting, but either way, that's what she was saying. Are they downstairs?
Yeah, they downstairs.
Oh, tell them niggas to come up.
The whole time it's going on, hey, but you know they downstairs. Really? Okay.
Yeah. You about to see, it's about to get a lot hotter in here. Now, Luna, I let Luna let you know how she got a part of all of this.
Go ahead, Miss Luna.
So I actually worked for J1Con, J1 Studios with Jason Richardson, and I met Kurt through Jason. It was really weird. We were out, we were dancing, we were at Mad River, I think. Mm-hmm. And Kurt was being Kurt, just talking like, oh, this guy is weird, but he's funny, so all right, I'm gonna like him. And he reached out to me, I think last year after our con, he was just like, yeah, why don't you come on the show? I was like, all right, I'm down. Y'all got Sassy, y'all got Tough, you got Kurt, he's there sometimes.
Come on, bring you behind. We was just talking about you. Yeah, everybody got their drawers on for the most part. Sassy, come in, wave high. Get close into the camera because it's hot.
Hi.
Hey, Sassy, welcome. You late, but welcome.
I told you it's about to get deep up in here. Sassy, I told you a story, but you can add on how you got in with the Head Nerds in Charge when Luna get done. I'm sorry, because I definitely cut off.
Honestly, it was these ladies and a little bit of Kurt that pulled me in, and then they just kept asking me to come back. It's like, how did I get pulled? I was a 1-week thing. And then Kurt was just like, no, come back for this week. Come back for the rest of the month. Come back forever. You're ours now. We stole you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Go ahead, Sass.
Hello. As you already know, my name is Sassy.
You got to yell at this nigga.
Why? Oh, because he can't. Okay, well, let me try to put some bass in my voice.
Yeah, that's my girl. Look.
So, I came on as a guest to Starfire in my cosplay, and it ended up working out. I already knew Mark, and he ended up finding me through Mark when I had one of my cosplay pictures up on Facebook.
Okay.
So I came as a guest, and it ended up working out. At first, I didn't even want to come. I was like, no, because I don't do stuff like anything where I'm a public face. But somehow, because I was so comfortable with them and we all hit it off, I was like, you know what? I might be able to do this on a regular. It's only once a week. I can do that.
Okay.
Now look at her. She look like Doja Cat and all
I was gonna say.
Like, where's my bottles of water? By the way, bottles of water are right over there. Hey, nigga, don't act like you gonna stand on the sideline. At least come wave to the people. Yeah, like, come on, Mr. VT Hero. At least.
Look, you see,
Oh, no, he got
you invite one
Skip,
person on.
Skip, I told you. We like the Wu-Tang Clan, man. We don't. It's not just one of them. Go to VT Hero. It's Lil Wayne. We got Lil Wayne in the booth for that.
Hey, I'm in here. I'm in these streets.
Tucci, let them know what to do.
Yo, what it do, baby? Yo, check it out. It's your boy, Jay Rich, official J1 Studios, VT Heroes, J1 Con, all that good stuff. I'm in here just hanging out with all these wonderful people.
We about to barbecue. You already know what it is, Skip. We ain't gonna celebrate the 4th, but the 5th, we gonna burn some animal flesh.
Yeah, we gonna do the 5th. Yeah, we can't do the 4th, but we gonna definitely do the 5th.
Shot on in, Jay. You know, black folk gotta shout their peoples out. All right, I'm sorry, Skip. It took forever, but
No, y'all good. This is what it's for. Y'all good. Y'all are extremely good. This is what this is made for. So thank y'all for being on with me, because I know y'all had better things to do, but y'all here with me. I appreciate that.
Product placement, Skip. Yeah, I was contractually, I'm forced to do this. No, I'm trying. Yo, that's actually dope. We about to play. My man got his own black-owned trading card company. And one of the things we doing is we testing it out today. We all gonna get together and we gonna play VT Heroes. If y'all don't already know, go ahead on Instagram, VT Heroes, and go check him out. It's based off of like Power Ranger type characters.
Okay.
But it's body positivity. It's heroes of all different kinds. Your boy even got a quote on here. Now, Rona, I'm sorry. Everybody about to die. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Skip. Hold on.
Go ahead. You good?
I'm sorry. All right, we good. We good in here. We good in these streets. My man Mark said it's easy to learn, fast-paced gameplay, and solid mechanics. Definitely a must-have. I can't read real good because my eyes. And this is my quote though. I said VT Heroes delivers on all fronts, from playability, strategy, and most importantly, fun. VT Heroes has researched my love of collectible card games. I'm out in these streets right here, and I'm with my man. We doing big things. Thank you, Jay Rich. And I'm glad you take the mask off, nigga. It's already you already infected.
So in case you haven't already figured it out, one of our greater missions here at Head Nerds in Charge is being able to help Black creatives get together and provide them with a platform where they can be seen and be heard, because we all know Black people don't get the same amount of play in any kind of community. So it's really important for us not just to put our friends on, but to help everybody get ahead, because it's not like a piece of pie. Just because we get a bigger piece, you get a smaller piece. Everybody can eat, and if the table not long enough, we're gonna build along the table.
Hey, that's what's up. Speaking of Black creators, so being a Black content creator, how hard has it been for y'all, just to get where y'all are now? Have y'all had to face any struggles, obstacles, anything like that? Let people know from your standpoint how hard it was.
We laughing, but everybody has had their unique struggle. Like Sassy said, Sassy had to kind of overcome her. I don't want to call you introverted.
I mean, yeah, it's weird because I'm like an extrovert and an introvert at the same time, to where I can be really shy, but once I find out who you are, whatever, I don't shut up. So, and here we are. Now I don't mind being out there and flashy and stuff, but this was definitely not me. I want to say probably about a year prior.
Hey, Sassy, can I ask you a question? Has anybody told you look like Meg Thee Stallion?
Who?
You said
Meg,
you look like Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, no, but that's a damn good compliment. Yeah.
I was saying, I said, why she look like Meg dressed up in cosplay? Ah.
Look, you just made her day. She gonna be eating a rib like you said I look like Meg Thee Stallion. Right? Yeah.
So somebody told me I look like Meg. I've been told I look like Meg.
Look, that's gonna be the theme of next week's show.
She gonna get it on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Somebody said I look like Meg.
Yeah. Sassy the Stallion. That's
Hey,
that's what. Look, Skip, we gonna cut you in on that deal. Sassy the Stallion shirts. Look, we'll talk.
Hey, Meg.
We'll work out the licensing. I have my lawyer call you.
Just give me like 2%. That's all I need.
All right. No, we do right by folks. We'll give you 2.5. Go ahead, Tev. What would you say was one of the challenges that you see?
One of the challenges that I see, I guess, would be like with most things finding balance, because I've always been somebody who had a whole bunch of different talents. So trying to find a way to like consolidate and make everything kind of like make sense and work together. Because like I said, I'm an author. Like I wrote, I pole dance. Like I love cosplay. I've never been all of those things at once. It's always been like, okay, well, I'm gonna be this now, but now maybe I'm not gonna do this. And in high school, it wasn't necessarily cool to be a nerd and do all that other stuff. So I was like, okay, this was something I liked when I was little, and even though it makes me really happy, I'm just gonna put it to the side because that's not what adults do. And now, being an adult, I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna do what I love, and I'm gonna do all of it, and I'm gonna be happy and loud and nappy the whole time. So last year, I performed at my studio's Halloween showcase in cosplay.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. It was dope. She was the Incredible Hulk.
I was She-Hulk, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
said what I said. Honestly, Skip, the biggest thing that I found is haters. No, genuinely. Unfortunately, because we now went from absolutely nothing to almost 50,000 followers on Facebook, and we touch tens of millions of people on a monthly basis with our content. A lot of people really put you on the outs because they look at you now as competition. You get what I mean? And that's not, we're a very inclusive group. I don't have to like you to work with you. I don't have to believe your beliefs to work with you. My thing is, if you're a person of color and you don't have a platform or an audience, let's talk, because rising tides, all of us succeed and we win and we do it together.
Right.
But a lot of times it's hard to break out of that mentality with other content creators, because when you want to collaborate, it's, well, how many followers do you have? Where do you have this? You need a certain criteria to meet their threshold of being worthy to even associate with what they do. And it shouldn't be like that. Everybody should be supporting everybody, because everybody's got such a hard time breaking through. And I don't mean like breaking through like you making money, and because we would do this regardless if we were getting paid. We would like to get paid one day, but we would do this regardless of whether we get paid or not. But it's just sad to see that a lot of times it falls upon you to pull yourself up, and it's only on you. And that's one of the reasons why I have my team. I'm sorry, my team is dope. Flat out, all soldiers, everybody pull their weight. Everybody is cognizant of our strengths and weaknesses. So we don't have a lot of infighting. We don't have a lot of beefs back and forth. And I'm the most opinionated black man you probably met. I'm hard to look. I can't keep a woman. So it's hard to work for me. So but we understand each other. So we have to be our own support system. But we would love if we could collaborate with more people and work together. That's why one of the reasons why we wanted to collaborate with Blerd Fleet, and we became a part of that, because it's other like-minded individuals, one of which, such as yourself, where you start learning about other black creatives who are out here on the same hustle.
Yeah, these are facts. And shout out to Blerd Fleet, which me and Head Nurture Church is part of. So we still in the process of getting things together, but it's gonna be a great. So shout out to that Blerd Fleet with many other black content creators as well. Yep. So that's awesome, because Well, let me go to this question somebody asked. How do you deal with people who don't like you cosplaying as non-black characters?
I just dropped this comment down in the chat, or I tried to. I have resting bitch face, so like people don't feel comfortable approaching me about like regular stuff. So I've never had that problem about like people saying, "Oh, you can't cosplay that person because you're black," because I look like I'll punch them in the mouth.
But he's one up.
Oh.
I mean, so I'm still really new to cosplaying, so I think I've only done like maybe 3 characters, one of which being Black Canary.
Okay.
If somebody ever came up to me and said, "You can't be Black Canary, she's not black." I'm like, Black Canary, my dude. I am Black Canary.
Fight me is usually her go-to.
Yeah, fight me is like my slogan. But that's about it. Like I honestly wish somebody would come up to me and say something like that. It's just like all of these characters, almost none of them are actually white. So what are you actually talking about? If you're coming up to somebody about like an anime character, they're Japanese. You
Right.
can literally fight me. I will run these hands.
And then she'll call us, and we will also
Right.
run the same.
Big kid, jump my head, nurse in charge. Let's do it.
Yeah. Opinions are worth money, but these hands are free.
Rated E for everybody.
Yeah. You know what? You kind of quick with it, boy. I like you. Sassy, what about you? Because I know you cosplayed a lot before.
Yeah, I have, and I mean, I feel like in my past it was more problematic than it is now. Because when I was younger, I was more susceptible to like taking people's criticism and opinions. So it did get to me. You got those 1 or 2 people who might look and be like, because I don't think that character is supposed to look like that. But as you get older and you learn how to grow into your confidence, like I have, it's now like, whatever. You don't have to like me. I'm not out here for you, boo-boo. I'm out here for me.
I feel that. Go ahead, get off Meg. I'm gonna call her Meg the whole interview now. Sassy the Stallion.
Yeah. Sassy the Stallion is a thing now. She about to change her name. She didn't change her name 47 times.
Hey, y'all make sure, y'all make that a hashtag. Hashtag Sassy the
Stallion. I'm gonna have to Photoshop her on Meg's butt. Well, no, I don't want no problems. She ain't Skip. She in here trying to figure it out.
So, let me ask y'all this question: how do y'all feel about the word blurred?
Oh boy. Listen, you know me. I defer to the ladies.
Okay.
How do I feel about the word blurred?
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Just like every other word is made up, but I feel almost kind of like I wear it with a badge of pride because it's like, cause as somebody who's had problems consolidating all the different like parts of my personality and like my interests, it's a nice little way to be like, yes, I'm black and I'm a nerd. So hi, how you doing?
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So it don't.
Snaps. Finger snaps.
It don't have to be negative, and I feel like the people who make it negative are also people who want to say other words that shouldn't be coming out of their mouth. So again, and black people make everything cool. So
you know what? For some reason, I got a feeling that you are talking about somebody in particular. I don't want to say their name, but I feel like you're talking about somebody. And Kurt, you know too. I'm not gonna say the name, but I think I know who you're talking about.
They know who they are.
Yeah, they know who they are.
That's how you feel about it.
I take pride in it because of the fact that like being a blerd is different from just being a nerd. Because there's things that come with being a black nerd that's different from just being a nerd, cultural differences, and you get to combine both of those things that you love into one thing. So now I'm a blerd. I'm okay with that. I'm super okay with that.
What about you, Luna?
I pretty much feel the same as Tough and Sassy. Like, I wear it with pride. It's one of those things where, like, growing up, we didn't have blurs. So it's just like, what do I want to call myself, a nerd or a geek? Like, what am I? And then all of a sudden having this, I think it came about, like, last year, 2 years ago. It's just like, I can say blurred now. Like, I don't like, bleak. What the fuck is a bleak? a nerd and a
Oh
black.
yeah, that was awful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was awful.
Exactly.
That ain't nothing but the oppressor trying to bring us down, calling us bleak.
No, I was like, no, I'm a nerd. I run the mega horn at J1Con, so I sit there. I'm just like, yo, what's up, blurs and nerds, because we are obviously separate. But it's cool. It's
Y'all can't see Jason dancing in the corner. Look, y'all. He over here being weird. I guess for me, I always describe it like this. Skip, did you see the Watchmen series?
I have.
Now, let me ask a question. On episode 1, did it hit different for you than it would for white nerds?
Actually, for me, it hit different. Yeah.
That's what we mean by blurs. Because, yeah, we can assimilate nerd culture. We can talk about movies. We can talk about comic books and whatever. But we have it from a black perspective, which will always be different than any other perspective that there is.
Thanks.
When we watch Black Panther, when we watch that opening episode of the Watchmen series, when you see the minimalization of black characters in Marvel, DC, and major comic books, when you talk about anime and the lack of representation of black characters, or how, like Mr. Popo pisses me off. Well, a white geek ain't got no problem with him. He just it never becomes an issue until a black person says, "Bro, that is a manly archetype, and that's nigga."
That nigga is black. That nigga is black.
And that's why I think terms like blurred is necessary. Because, yeah, we're going to talk about this nerd culture, but I'm about to give it to you from the black perspective. And that's what makes the difference between blurs and nerds. Not about being different or separating ourselves from other people, but it's just so you know that when we talk about this, I'm giving it to you from a different angle than what you might be able to perceive.
Mm-hmm.
Black power.
Okay. Boy, I swear, every time you speak, I just see the Muslims on the corner of the newspaper. Brother, did you see this today? Brother, here, get this paper. I'm like, man, I don't want it. Get it. Okay, I'm gonna get it.
Look, you're gonna take this Muhammad Speaks and shut up.
Oh man. So as in, like you said, it hit different. So why do you think people try to make blurred like it's like a negative thing? Because like I always tell people, we don't exclude anybody. I just think the word blurred is more for us because we need something to identify each other in this community. Because of course, people say, like they always say, oh man, that's a white thing. It's not really a white thing. If you really think about it, some of the stuff you see in anime, you see in movies, you see in comics, it's basically black people history with a little spin on it. So how can you take the word blurred and make it something bad? It's not really nothing negative. So I don't know why as black people we always take something that we don't know and make it something terrible. It's like, why won't you just get to know what it is and what we do, and maybe you see that it's not a bad thing. So why as black people that we always do that all the time? Like if we don't know it, it's that shit the devil, or you don't do that. That's lame. Why do we do that as black people?
So my supervisor calls it WPS, white people shit. So, and I feel like it comes from more like an older generation, like people where it was like, okay, you need to do these things that are safe and that won't get you in trouble following behind white people with their white nonsense.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it's important because, like, even my own parents who didn't, like, really understand me when I was younger, like, because, we didn't have words. It wasn't, like, super mainstream. So I feel like it's really important now to be like, hey, no, it's like you said, this isn't a white thing. This is for everybody. And we're here. We're not leaving. As a matter of fact, we holding the door open and bringing more people in. So you might as well just get out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, when you take a look at it, I mean, for instance, even with our show, one person got an opportunity for something that was completely un-geek related, and now you open the door for not only black men but black women. Unfortunately, in our community, you see a lot of shows and content creators where it's a bunch of bros, or it's just all women. But we're such a blended group, and when we adopt that term blurred, it puts us all under one umbrella. and
Right.
we all can identify with whatever our blurred, whatever our blurred thing is. Like Sassy's our anime otaku, weeb aficionado. Tef is our movie buff and all of the above. Lex or Luna, whichever one she wants to be for the day, she always handles the video game and from that aspect. And whereas I'm like the comic book nerd and the everyday angry black man, but the problem is people hear blurred and they automatically think, oh, you're trying to be separate from everybody. It's almost like saying all nerds matter. If you have a problem with blurred, then you might as well say all nerds matter, because it's literally the same argument. So if you understand what the necessity of saying Black Lives Matter means, then you understand the necessity for a term like blurred. And if you don't, then you fooling yourself. Spit fire on these niggas.
Well, what I say, people who wish they could be a blurred also wish they could say other words that shouldn't be coming out of their mouth.
But if it's black people too.
True.
I know black dudes that be like, I don't use the term blurred because I don't want to be different. Like, all right, so
yeah, but it's
Candace Owens, I get it. Like,
and there's
I'm sorry. The way Kurt was talking, he put me in mind of somebody that we all know. But
because we talking around circles on some folks because we all experience the same problems.
But I think that's part of it, but that's also part of it though, is it's like we're not calling ourselves blurreds to be separate. We're calling ourselves blurreds kind of like as a rallying cry, as to be like, hey, we all here together and we're all this thing, and it's not just the same. Like, we're all so different, and that's beautiful and that's fine. Like, we're not trying to exclude anybody. It's, again, we just want to be included and to be able to find each other under a term where we can all be celebrated.
And on top of that, real quick, because I don't want to spend too much on this. I don't want to take up your time. We host, so we take over stuff. But on top of that, every black nerd, at least if you're old, like I'm 30, I'm about to be 38. You hit me 15, 20 years ago. It wasn't cool to be a nerd.
True.
It wasn't something that we talked about in the hood. Like, maybe you could talk about Dragon Ball, but don't be trying to break down the nuances of any kind of nerd culture and whatnot. If you wasn't the Wu-Tang, then nigga, you need to keep your mouth shut, because you would get beat up. So when you say blurred now, it's like, yo, we out. It's almost like coming out of the closet, however you feel about that. But it's almost like saying, yo, we out here now. We the cool kids. Who would have thought that being a black nerd? Because
it definitely is like cool to be a nerd now, and not even just a nerd. It's cool to be a blurred, because then there you look around and everybody is doing something nerdy.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, MCU, for bringing the rest of the world up to date. But nigga, we knew about this when it was in comic books.
Exactly.
My parents loved cartoons and loved comic books and movies and all this crazy stuff, but then would be like, hey, don't do that white people stuff. And I'm like, I don't understand. You showed me the cool shit. Am I not supposed to be into it? I don't care.
Exactly.
You better put that comic book down and read the Bible. Wait a minute. Hold on. Both of them killing.
There were a lot of older black people, because my mom was like one of those people. She's a closet nerd. She likes instruments. She used to take me to go see all of the comic book movies, and I didn't even know they were comic book movies.
Right.
She never really explained that part. But then she's like, don't tell nobody about that either, that you saw me do it.
Wait a minute. Here we. Okay.
Sorry about that. I ain't paid the phone bill.
All the Harry Potter movies, when they came out, like the day they came out in theater, and then come to find out, like, she was just talking a couple weeks ago. She was like, oh yeah, your mom's a nerd. I love comic books. Like, where was this when I was a kid?
Exactly.
Was this? I got Disney Plus, and now she's watching all the Marvel movies in succession.
Listen, bro, my daddy took me to 2 movies in the 2 times he came to visit me in my life. One was Malcolm X, the other one was Batman. So I said, so that's why I am the way I am.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. You got both sides of both spectrum. You got Batman, who's a vigilante, and you got Malcolm X, who was by enemies necessary.
She was like, don't put that on his daddy. He wasn't there in his life.
I mean, I think it's because my parents, they are like say they are closet nerds, and then when I told them about what I'm doing, they think it's a good concept. Because at one point I told the story where I almost finna give up doing this, but my mom, but shout out to Black Mother, cause boy, she cussed me out so damn good. I was like, well, damn, thank you, but I want to cry. But thank you though, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go in the bathroom right now, lay on the floor. But and then. And what my mom said, because she said she think what I'm doing is good, and she said, well, I go to conventions and everything, buy me some. So like when I bought her this Wonder Woman pillow, she lost it. I was like, Mom, what you know about Wonder Woman? She said, boy, I grew up on that. That's why she said if I had to cosplay, I'll cosplay Wonder Woman. I was like, oh my God, you should do it. Do it the church version because you don't need to show your thighs and everything because you my mama.
Pastor,
right.
Sister Blur, can we talk to you?
She can have a little
right.
Wonder Sister.
And then my dad, because he was a big comic fan back in the day. He still went, and he remembered like the OG Avengers. He remember when Iron Man was like a real Iron Man. He built his stuff like out of train tracks and stuff you find in the construction yard. Yeah. Right. And he was like, I like what you're doing. And he told me stuff about comics like I didn't know. He told me, like, there's a 7 Infinity Stone. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, it is. I was like, what the hell is it? He said it's called I think it's like the Ego Stone. And he told me about it. I was like, and I Googled it. I was like, well, I'll be damned. There it is. I was like, please tell me more about this. And then he basically said, like, the Ego Stone can cancel out all the other time, like, Infinity Stones in the world. I was like, that is awesome. And also, like, just sitting back talking about all the Avengers, the Infinity Wars, and he was telling me like how now this is the Black Dad. He can't pronounce some of these names. So he said like Thomas, he was in like snapping his fingers at everybody. I was like, who the fuck is Thomas? You mean Thanos? He's like, yeah, Thanos. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanos. Okay, but you from Virginia, so you got that country accent. I don't know.
With the boy, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but don't try your dad. It's like, yes, sir. But I think it's awesome because I really didn't know. And then once you get into this community, you'll be surprised at some of the people. Like, bro, you really into this? I'm like, well, damn. I wish I would have known this in middle school. We could have been, had this thing going on. But
I think we all experienced that as adults, where when we meet people in nerddom, you be like, wait. We was in the same neighborhood, or we went to the same school. I ain't know. Me and her father worked at the same job, and we geeked out and became friends. Who would have thought that I'd have had his daughter on the show about the fire every week from now on?
I'm not going nowhere. I do too much work. He can't even afford to keep me. If I leave,
hey, Skip, her dad be threatening me on the low, like, you be treating my daughter right. Look, she's still there, ain't she?
Oh man, this is awesome. I'm sorry, y'all. We ignorant, but so
yeah, we are ignorant.
So here's the next question: how do you feel about the representation of African Americans in the nerd community?
Oh, goodness. You talking about all our favorite subjects. Go ahead with it.
Say the question again.
Hey, how do you feel about the representation of Black people in nerd culture?
There's not enough of it. There's not enough representation, and when there is representation, it's not the right kind of representation. It ends up either being very, very stereotypical, or they're not black at all, but they just look black because they have brown skin and they have the hair, but they don't have any of the characteristics to like meet that. So what's the point? But I feel like the problem is it's not enough of us behind that face like of entertainment so that can happen more often. We need to get our voices out there and heard. Thank you.
That's all the points you made, Sassy Baby. I know
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Kirk with this little Family Feud buzz. I'm sorry, but that, you made a point.
Look, on the show, when somebody make a good point, you gotta let them know. Point. I guess I mean I don't see anybody who could be black and in any media or any culture feel like we've got proper representation, because you turn on the TV you're more so surprised to see black people on certain. When you see, you're like, oh, okay. Or it's a black show. They'll put us on a black show, like Martin, Cosby. All your favorite black shows were majority black people because they put us all in one area. When we start seeing diversity across all landscapes, and I'm not just talking about on TV and movies, I'm talking about in radio, in podcasting, when you start seeing it in written articles where you can't see the faces. So they get away with it when you write articles because you don't know who black or white. When you start putting people of color in all spaces, then we can start to mold the culture from our perspective. Then the culture can then become well-rounded because the majority of the media that we feed on is going to always be from the white perspective because that's who runs the majority of the media.
True. That is true.
I would like to read an article somewhere and they have like some relatable reference towards something that I know, and I'd be like, I know you. I know I can't see you, but I can read that. Obviously,
that ain't World Star. You ain't got to go on World Star to see it.
No,
True.
I feel like I do get that, but I have to go looking for it. And the second I'd be like, all right, this person not black, this about to be some bullshit. Then I'm like dismissive of it, but like then when you go in and you know how most articles have like the person's Twitter picture, the author's Twitter picture at the top. So I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm about to listen to you. It's something you got to go out of your way to do. And it's like, even places like BuzzFeed, where they tout all their diversity and all this other stuff, it's still like, come on, bro, though. Like,
it's for special times of the year, like holidays, and then they're like, oh, we have a Spanish person for this. Let's come out there.
Or and they got a whole bunch of Spanish people, but none of their Spanish shows get a whole bunch of play on their main channel.
Right.
So it's like, come on, it'll be like, oh, it's a BuzzFeed production. Way the fuck over there. No, put it on BuzzFeed's fucking
and to add the water top, BET, who's supposed to be a black news channel. See, I done binge watched the Boondocks all 4 seasons. I'm in my bag right now.
Okay.
BET, which is supposed to be the black representation of media. Somebody just made a post not too long ago, and it really resonated with me. They said, yo, BET really missed the bag in not developing, those like DIY. Where's our home improvement shows? Where's our flip our houses?
We care about that stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna watch that all day.
I don't want to see us
Baby Boy 8,000 times a week.
Exactly.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie.
Put the good movies on skip. Like I can't even get The Color Purple.
Whoa,
that was
stopped playing Roots like 10 years ago. They used to play Roots every year, all February.
They used to,
white people.
It is. It's owned by Viacom now.
So
but like somebody said, Chubby says, basically it's all about money, which is true because. Like you said, they used to BET used to be good back in the day. You used to have like In the Basement. My boy hit what was the dude name? Skinny dude. He had his own show on
Streets.
Streets.
And Skip, remember their #1 show ever was 106 in Park. I'm talking about 106 in Park used to be able to run neck and neck with TRL on MTV.
You used to run circles around them. Exactly.
And thank you, Free, because I miss you. Forget AJ. No, AJ, I don't care about his free behind. But Free.
Basement.
Right.
They had
and BET Uncut. That's my first pornography. Was BET Uncut.
You just got it.
You know what? I wasn't finna go there. I wasn't finna go there, but I'm glad he said it for me because I was like BET Uncut. Yes, Lord.
I'm trying to kick it tonight.
Hey, there goes.
So baby, tell me what that thing smells. See, old black people know what I'm talking about.
Especially they had tip drill video.
I knew you was gonna say that. I'm sorry. We talked about that last time. Don't Skip. Don't. We got ladies in here.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm saying, but that video was. You're right. That video, to all my females, that video was very degrading. I hated it.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Yeah, terrible.
Disgusting.
Bye.
Yeah. Woo. But yeah.
I stopped watching it after the 8,000th time.
Just as bad as him.
Yep.
Right.
I'm sorry. It was this. Oh my God, it was Black Heaven. So the next question. What was the first Comic Con or convention that everybody attended?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Wait, personally or as a group?
Let's go with as a group.
All right, that's easy. That's easy for us. Because Tef, well, Tef, go ahead. Tell your first time, and then we can go back in time.
Well, my first time with you guys.
Mm-hmm. J1.
Yeah.
But y'all got to handle your own panel.
Yes, that. Oh, geez, that was nerve wracking. No, Black Label Con.
Oh yeah, that was your first one.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, because we met at the parade.
So one of our good friends, Eric, he built a all black comic book convention to highlight black creators. Basically, he put our show structure in a con, and definitely check out Black Label Con because that was one of the first conventions that we had Tef at. And you know, we did interviews. That's where we met Concrete Comics. That's where we met Daddy Longlegs and Inchworm. You got to preface that. It's a children's comic book. We not being nasty. It's Daddy Longlegs and the Inchworm. I know the way Skip looked at me. He was like, y'all.
Yo, follow them on Instagram. It's created by like Demetrius Bullock, who is like 12. No, he's got to be like 13 now.
Yeah, but Demetrius is his dad.
Bryce.
Bryce is his son.
Right, the son Bryce and the dad Demetrius does all the artwork.
Yep.
So Bryce is like 13 now, and they created it a couple years ago. So they are Pancake Comics or Pancake Media. You can follow them on Instagram. It's Pancake with 2 Ks.
But bro, he got a writer's award at like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, he wrote.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it was dope because here's this young boy. I'm trying to interview him.
Hold on, Kurt. Somebody say what's the somebody know what's the IG for that?
Teffy gonna pull it up. That's what
she gonna post it right now in the comments, everybody. But go ahead, Kurt.
Well, we were interviewing Bryce, and when I do my interviews when I'm at comic convention, I wear a crown, like a literal crown. And Bryce looks at me. He looks at his dad. He looks back at me. He's like, "You don't need that." Takes my crown off my head, puts it on his head, and his dad's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "No, let that young king rock." I like that. I like that kind of swagger where you're like, "This is nice, but I need to be wearing this." And he exudes a certain level of confidence, and not only his writing, but his comic book is good, like good. And to be able to highlight and put him on our show, we've had him on our show twice.
Oh man, that's awesome.
He's a dope young boy. As a matter of fact, if y'all follow Head Nerds in Charge, I'll put a post out of him so y'all actually get a clip of that video of when we interviewed Bryce and his dad. But me and Sassy's first, like, remember, Tef came on later. So me and Sassy's first one was at Greater Philadelphia. Was it GPCC or J1? I feel like it was GPCC.
Yeah, I think it was too. Yeah, it was because I was Raven.
Yeah, exactly. So Sassy cosplayed as Raven.
That I go to, and they all start to mash up into one. Because even before them, I still had like a bunch of cons.
She a con rat. Yeah, she be at all of them. I can't afford it. But like we as a group went and we had this dope panel. We gave out these gifts. We got to interview all these celebrities. We got to meet Walter Jones, Black Ranger. And,
oh, wow.
Bro, when I tell you it was an experience, and it was the first time we got put into the newspaper. It was our first real media blast because what we did at our booth was we do karaoke. We do sing-alongs, but we do sing-alongs to black sitcoms. So we did the Fresh Prince song, and we had over 70 cosplayers do it all at once. It was on the news, and I always laugh about that because I said it's the first time I'm almost sure in history that a newspaper put HNIC sing along. Because the white people don't know what that means. They just think Head Nerds in Charge, but they don't know that HNIC. They be like nobody proofread that before they put that in the newspaper. But that's okay. We happen to be trendsetters.
Okay, that's what's up. That's hot. Okay, I feel that. HEIC. I bet it's like honey. I think they're right. Newspapers.
Look,
AT&T?
apparently there were some head niggers over there. No, baby, it says nerds. Well, that's not the way Tom told me it is. You know.
Somebody asked a question. Anime Kid asked, I'm planning on going on to my first con next year. If y'all could give me one I should go to, please let me know. I love the advice.
Yeah, so, listen, there is only one answer.
Anyone we go to.
No, J1 Con is the largest, bestest black anime convention. Matter of fact, I don't even want to put black. Go ahead.
That's a good start. Like for somebody, if you're an amateur at cons and you've never been to a con before, because it can get really overwhelming when you go to those like really big out of state. Yeah, there's so much going on. You can barely even get into the panels half of the time because it's too much traffic. But for J1, it's like it's not too much and not too less. It's right in the middle so that you can like enjoy everything, get a look and feel of what conventions are and what they're supposed to be about.
And it's like family.
Right. It's got a really good family atmosphere. It's at a central location right down on the beach in Atlantic City. So you can come on into the Showboat Hotel, kick it at the con,
and then go to the beach.
Boardwalk. Yeah, you can do, like, it was such a really good experience, especially with Sax and I hosting our first panel. And everything, and everybody was there just to have a good time, and it was a really positive experience. I brought people from my brand new job there. They had the best time of their life. It was great.
Listen, and we throw after parties.
Hey, the way Anime Kid is, I think he's not old enough to go to these after parties, but Anime Kid, you are welcome for your.
Oh no, yeah, under 18, it will
not allowed.
Yeah, go on the beach.
Yeah, go to the beach. Because we ain't got time for doing these R. Killers and Bill Cosby's.
I was on it. Come on, look at. But they also have the cosplay prom. Go ahead.
So, has I worked there?
Yeah.
So we have the cosplay prom, which is like all ages, and it's not even just cosplay. You like it's an all age like nerd prom, blerd prom. There's a DJ. They were hosting it last year. It's always a fun time.
There were line dances.
They were line dances.
Have you ever seen nerds do line dances, bruh?
Have you seen?
Oh, I bet it's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all. I think y'all boy in here, J1 Con. He said you rang. They were shouting you out. They were shouting you out, J1.
Affordable too. It's not like these other cons where you got to spend $100 to get in. So it's a great way to support a small family-owned business, support a black business because we're doing that, y'all. Support black business. Have a great time at the weekend. You can great time for the weekend. Bring your whole family. Come for the cosplay prom. Stay for the rest of the con. And pop in and say what's up to the head nurse in charge.
Come to the after party.
Somebody asked the question: why are guys so antisocial at those nerd dances?
Because they're nerds.
You don't really get a lot of that kind of interaction, and then you just get blessed with all of these beautiful faces, and then you don't know how to act.
I was going to say, if anything, Sassy and I had the opposite problem where some people were coming up and talking to us and like wouldn't leave.
Yeah, they just wanted to stand there and talk about like stuff.
Right. We were like, okay, bye-bye.
But it's okay. If you want to come talk stuff to me, feel free, because I'm always open to stand there and talk stuff to you.
Yeah.
If you're socially awkward and you want to talk, I'm perfect for that.
Also, for all you half-assy dudes who be like, oh, there's no black women at these things. Hi.
They there. And don't mind me, I'm just holding up one finger because we almost at the hour mark and we on 59 seconds. So yeah.
Is it already been an hour?
Oh.
Yeah, it has.
Is it over an hour?
It's counting down, so everybody stay tuned. We're not going nowhere. There's gonna be a part 2. I don't know how soon it's gonna cut off, so I'm just making an announcement already. So we got more questions. So yeah, I'm just holding up one. We're on 39. We're on 30 seconds now. So yeah.
Go ahead, Skip. Hop off. We'll hop back on. That way you can post this, John.
All right, then, bet. So y'all don't go nowhere. Blurred over. Head nurse in charge. We're coming back with part 2 of the interview.